Hi, everyone. My name is Hera Javaid. I'm the Associate Director of Alumni Relations and Annual Giving here at John Jay College. We're super excited to have you guys back here for part 2, creating a 30-day marketing plan with our Uplift community partners, Julius Caranda and Ashimbaro Tande Esquire. I'm going to go ahead and also give a special shout out again to Roseanne Santos, who's our Director of Alumni Engagement, and Megan Cereza, who's our Event Specialist and also here with us today. And with that said, I'm going to go ahead and pass it off to Julius and Achumbaro.
Hello again. Hello, everybody. We're so excited to be with you again. And let's start off with a little short mini introduction. This is going to be our marketing workshop. We saw there was a little bit less feedback in terms of questions for this one, but we think you're going to be very excited once we dive into it. We see a lot of you are still coming in. Don't worry, we're going to get started. So what I would love for all of you to do, if you've been to the last workshop, please write 1. If you missed it and this is your first workshop with us, please write 2 so we kind of know who's in the room. All right? So with that said, again, we have to start off by thanking the people who we wouldn't be able to do this without Hera and Roseanne, and also Megan. Megan's behind the scenes doing everything. So thank you so much. As I said, you always have to thank people who are making your life better. So students, alumni, please reach out. Our faculty, whatever faculty is around, please reach out to them and thank them for putting this together and helping us connect with you. All right? So we went backwards. So I have the pleasure again to obviously introduce Julius Caranda, and we love the feedback you really gave us in terms of what you liked about the last program. So thank you so much to everybody who responded to that. Thank you so much for providing feedback, comments. We've actually tweaked what we're doing today so we can better adjust to your feedback. So we really appreciate that. Don't worry, shortly we will announce the winner. Who won the survey. Only 29% of people responded, so unfortunately we're only giving away 1. But we might have a surprise for you, so let's see. So we'll announce that soon, but as you know, Julius is my business partner. He's a double alumni at John Jay, for those of you who are new to this. He has his MPA. He has been in so many different careers, so he brings a wealth of experience before entrepreneurship. What I really loved about when deciding who to partner with and partner with him is his passion for this wasn't just, he's been doing this for a long time. So he's been going out speaking to students, helping, giving back his time. So it was important to always know the heart of your partner. And we're going to dive into that in our legal workshop, which happens next Tuesday. We'll dive into how to select partners and think of that from a legal background. But please, before I finish my introduction of Julius, I actually want to circle back. It was Megan's birthday. So I want everybody in this room to say happy belated birthday to Megan. Give her that John Jay love. All right. Happy birthday, Megan. So, and I'll pass the mic to Julius.
All right. Thank you, Achumbaro. Once again, thank you to Hera, Roseanne, Megan, for helping facilitate this. It's good to be back again. Obviously, you all heard from my business partner, and my friend Ashimbaro Tande Esquire. So Achumbaro is a 4-time entrepreneur and investor. He's a licensed lawyer, real estate broker, and owns an advertising and branding company based in New York City. Prior to Uplift Communities, Achumbaro has volunteered his time in advising over 70 business owners bi-monthly and speaking to various groups of teenagers. This is the man of the community, hence the name Uplift Community, a man of the people. He's and a really good dresser. Like, I know you only see the top half of him, but my guy stays with the great suit. So he's also he has a JD from Vanderbilt Law School, a bachelor's from University at Albany. This is somebody I'm proud to do business with and co-host this amazing event that's about to start. So, Trumbo, we're going on to the next slide, just the expectations of what we have today. Okay, so today's expectations, we want to give you all a clearer understanding of how to market your business. We'll be giving you a framework to refine your marketing plans. We will help you develop a timeline and activities to engage customers in the next 30 days. What we just need from you is feedback. We need you to complete a Google survey of this workshop at the end. It will help us to prove our service to you and other students. We also have 20-minute consultations at $100 per session. As a special initiative, we'll raffle one 20-minute consultation. The winner will be announced at the beginning of the next session. Take advantage of these guys, because this is important, which is something that we're doing specifically for John Jay. As I'm a double alumni, you heard of Chumbo Tane, so we want to offer you the best of our time. So if more than 60% of you respond, we will do 2 consultations. If more than 90% or more respond, we'll be select 3 people. This is a priceless opportunity. Just fill out the survey, and your business, whatever that is, we'll help flesh it out for you, give you really good pointers, and help you go in the right direction.
Yes, so I'd love to take the time right now to announce the person who won the $100 consultation, the 20-minute consultation, Patricia Ward. Is Patricia Ward in the room?
Congrats, Patricia. Congratulations.
All right. We'll see if she responds. But yes, we'll reach out, or you can reach out to us at the end. Congratulations, Patricia. Do not worry. Even though we didn't get to 60% last time, what we're going to do with this new raffle, everybody else who put in a survey last time, we're going to add you to this list. So if you complete 2 surveys this time, it's like you have 2 votes versus if there's any new people. So we're waiting. We're making sure you get that benefit. All right. So we're going to do that. And so hopefully you have double the chance for next time. And let's do this. We want to help more people. So we're giving away this $100 consultation, or maybe three consultations. Let's see that John Jay spirit. All right. Sorry, my back button keeps going. Well, my forward button keeps going back. Okay, so everyone, what's the progress? What's your idea? What are you working on? So you all know who's been in this last one. We like this to be interactive. We kind of want to see what happened since last time. Who's made, can you write 3 if you made some progress? And 4 for all those super honest people if you haven't really done anything since last week. All right, so 3 if you made some progress, and 4 for the super honest people if you haven't done anything last week. It's okay. Okay.
It's kind of even right now. Okay.
4 first time, Kelvin. Okay.
4. All right, a lot more 4s. Okay.
Okay. All right. 3.
Appreciate the honesty.
Yes, love it.
Okay.
All right, so with this one, I want to hear some more ideas, like see who's in the room, because some people are saying it's their first time in here. So what are you working on? That's what we're always going to start off with. What are you working on? And let's see it again. So hopefully, you never know, you might have a business partner in this room who wants to do business with you, 2 people working on the same idea, and you can join together and share resources. Cleaning services. All right, Mr. Ali. Cleaning services. That's it? All right, clothing brand.
Okay. Makeup artistry.
All right.
Real estate. That's your business, Jumbo. Staffing agency. Open up my own shop. Oh, my own shop. Okay, IT shop. Okay. Resume writing and services. Okay.
Apparel line for food brand. Interesting. Disability services, that's much needed. Make sure you reach out to government agencies for contracting. Recruiting and my sales for jewelry business. Soul food restaurant.
All right.
From all these restaurants, we're going to need some plates. We're going to speak on behalf of Roseanne, Hera, Megan, Julius, and myself. We need some plates. All right.
Specialized cybersecurity training. Okay. Government consultant. That's big.
Vegan catering. All right, Mr. Antoli's back. I'm telling you, I'm gonna come down to Chattanooga. I want my plate. I want my plate. Open houses. Okay, Francesca. Evelyn's hungry too. All right. So let's jump into, so we altered this a bit we're going to do, cover a lot of bases here, but also we're breaking out more time for Q&A because a lot of the feedback we received was you wanted more time to ask us questions. So today, let us know, please write 5 if you're excited for Q&A, and write 6 if you just want us to just do it the regular way. All right, so 5 if you're excited. All right, like that, Serena, double exclamations.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Excited for Q&A. All right, so once again, for those who were on last time, we went over a visual business plan. Just showing you all what this is. Again, you see it, key partners, key activities, key resources. We went through the value proposition last week. We went through key resources last week. So we're just going to continue down that road. So one thing I wanted to say about a visual business plan, not having a business plan is often cited as one of the top 2 reasons why businesses fail. The visual business plan will serve as an effective guide for doubling or even tripling your income. It also just looks really cool having on your wall or on your whiteboard. You know, people really know that you're serious if you have a whiteboard. I have mine behind me. That I don't know if that's going to increase your profits. I haven't done the studies yet, but no, seriously, 1 hour planning can save you 10 hours of doing. Like the cliche goes, work smarter, not harder.
All right. Okay. So Sharice, you said the visual business plan was very helpful. Awesome. So today we're going to work on the right side of the visual, the right-hand side of the visual business plan. So we're going to be focusing on the customer. All right. We're going to be focusing on the customer. We're going to be focusing on the customer. So this time we took some of your feedback. We're not going to do TikTok. We're going to do a tea shop by Julius and myself, all right? So we're doing a tea shop. So welcome to our tea shop. We're gonna break down and use examples from our little tea shop. Hopefully you come out, buy our exquisite teas. But really we're trying to make this example realer to all of you. So we are grateful for the feedback. We always wanna make this better for everybody who's involved. All right, so customer segment. So we're jumping all the way to the extreme right of the sheet. So as anybody who has, please open it now when we're ready to work. You guys have 5 minutes to work, and I'm just going to talk you as you're walking, just like last time. So customer segments, they're essentially the demographics, meaning the characteristics of your target clients. So who would want to buy your service? And that's how you're breaking it down. Who would want to buy your service, and what defines them, all right? So for example, you can break it down by age, race, religion, gender, family size, social economic class, right? How much money they make, what location they're in, what's their ethnicity. These are things that it's better to know about your customer, and the clearer picture you have, the better you can create advertisement for them. It becomes easier for you to market to them. It becomes easier for you to reach out to them. So we really want you to think about this. So let's say, Julius, we're opening an exquisite tea shop, right? Higher side, fancy teas. So typically that means we need to go after people who have money, right? So unfortunately, we're not going to target college students. I was a college student. I'm not getting on you. I was broke in college. I don't know about you. I don't know your background. I was broke. Lord knows my meal plan, I don't know if you have meal plans. My meal plan used to run out and I had to try to figure that out. So we're going to target people typically in their 40s. They've hit a certain level in their career trajectory, right? 40 years old, they have a family, they have a network of friends. They can afford to spoil themselves a little bit more with tea. Or college students ain't broke these days? Okay. So, all right, let me know. So we're going to target them, but we're not going to have a physical tea shop, right? We're not doing a physical tea shop. We're going to do deliveries because we want to keep our costs down. So we want people who are comfortable with deliveries, right? So that's why I say 40s over 50s and 60s, because 50s and 60s, they might want to try in person first, versus 40s is closer to millennial. They're willing to try it out, try order online, and then try it that way. Also, they tend to have a bit of a wider network, just because, let's say 50s and 60s, they may be moving out their job, retiring. What 40s, they're usually at the top in a managerial role or a higher level at their job. They have a lot of connections. There's a prestige factor there in terms of if you see it on your boss's desk, you're more likely to check it out. They're more connected. They're in different networking organizations. So that's what we're thinking about. So I'm talking a lot about myself, but I want to see what's the name of your business and what customer segments you think are great for you. I'm at T level and I love it. Love to try it out before ordering. Yes, into my.
Yep.
All right. So let me know the jewels, but who's your customer segments? So let's run through. You all know how we do this now. We love to see homeowners and commercial property. All right, but who is your target customers? What are your customers? Who's your target customer? Career women of color. All right, Roseanne. We're going to push in what age demographic? How old? Are they married? Who else? Nilsa. All right, 35 to 50, yes. Serene, crystallized makeovers, middle class. 16 to 45, that's a big age range. All ethnic backgrounds. Okay. Youth to young adults. All right. Coordinate. So let's say this. Youth to young adults. Where are they from? Are they from the city? Are they from rural places in the country? First responders. Okay, you see, Leonardo, that was very specific. I love it. Male, female with chronic illness. What type of chronic illness? Are they in a specific geography? Like, the goal with this is not just, I want you to have at least 4 or 5 different characteristics. And please, I know we always want to say everyone, but I think press 7 if I spoke about the 20/80 rule last time. I don't remember if I talked about that in this workshop. Press 7 if I said something about the 20/80 rule. Press 8 if I did not. All right, totally said 7. Okay, all right, so thank you. So I did speak about the 20/80 rule. So typically everybody always wants to say, I'm going to serve everyone. The issue with that is when you look at the statistics and you look at your revenue, you're going to realize 20% of your customers is bringing 80% of the value. So when you're saying everyone, you're actually, I don't want to say wasting, but you're not using your energy, your time, your resources efficiently. What demographic, what 20% of the total demographic you're targeting is going to bring you 80% of the revenue? Who has the biggest need and who can afford it? All right. Who has the biggest need and who can afford it? All right, let's see. Baby knits, new mothers, 25 to 40. I love it. It's a new mothers. And they make very specific United States. Love it. Great job, Sanjia.
Let's see. Okay.
All right. So,
right. So okay.
So we're going to jump over to customer relationships.
Okay. So customer relationships. So as Chumbro was saying, we have our own tea company. We're using it as a case study. But in this section, what you really need to understand is how to establish a relationship with your client base. So we discussed who you want to target, but then how do you engage with them? How do you interact with them? So there's a couple of ways you can do that, right? You can do personal assistance. You interact with your customers. You interact with your customers in person or by email, through phone call or other means, right? So depending on the type of business that you have, let's say, take our tea shop, for example. If we have a tea shop and we have a physical location, retail location, people are coming in and purchasing our teas, we're interacting. We're saying, hey, good morning, come in. This new product that we have, you should try new chai, latte, venti, So, right, that's an example. However, let's say if we're specifically just selling it through Instagram, hey, we're messaging, we're asking for people's email addresses, we're sending our information electronically. Phone call, Trimble spoke about tea drinkers typically tend to be slightly older, right? So they may prefer a phone call. They may prefer us to get on the phone with them, especially if it's if they're buying in bulk. They may want that personal touch with us, speaking, hey, do you want a case of tea this month for your company, your just personal your personal resources, right? Then you have dedicated personal assistants. So you have an assigned customer representative to individual customers, right? So you can have a person on your staff, on your team, whose job it is just to deal with clients or specific clients directly. It could be, hey, if you're doing maybe a B2B, business to business, hey, I have this one restaurant buys all my teas. I have a person that handles these restaurants, these group of restaurants, and they know John. If I have an issue with my teas, I'm calling John at Julius and the Trimble's Tea Company. So, and then there's also self-service, right? Here you maintain no relationship with the customer, provide the customer needs to help themselves. So think about going to Target or Walmart and going to the self-checkout, right? And I see you guys, the cameras are watching. Make sure you scan all the items. Don't take the Starburst and try to throw it in your bag. That's illegal. I'm kidding. But don't do. I see people do that all the time. They throw it. Anyway, so that's an example of self-service, right? You're not hands-on with the customer. The customer is taking it. Let's say if let's say it's our store is almost we're in the future. We're on. Customer comes in, they take the tea, ring themselves up, and walk out. That could be that's another way of providing service to a customer, right? There's also automated services. This includes automated process or machinery that helps the customer perform the services as well. Similar concept. The customer's taking control of the service, almost maybe to think of like an Amazon, where the customer just goes on the website, picks out what they want, and it gets shipped to them, right? Another way where you can build these customer relationships is through community, right? These include online communities where customers can help each other solve their own problems with regard to the product or service. So once again, think of Amazon, right? So oftentimes when you go and look up a product, right, they'll have people say, hey, listen, this product was really good. This product, I didn't like this product so much. And they'll give you a list of reasons why, and it's really helpful because it's unfiltered. It allows the customer to then give feedback on a product. So as a consumer, you can just say, 75% of the people really enjoyed this, or 60%, and it allows your product or your brand to build a community around it, and people can have like a lot of loyalty towards that, right? Co-creation is another way to build relationships with with your customer, right? So here the company allows the customer to get involved in designing or development of the product. For example, YouTube has given its users the opportunity to create content for its audience, right? They give or I remember, Nike was had where you can go and you can design your own sneakers, or I know the new era baseball caps. Like you can go and make your own version of your Yankee hat, your Mets hat, et cetera, right? These gives customers that ability to feel special. I think that's one of the things that, you know, you as a producer, as a business owner, you want to make sure your customers are feeling special and that they're maybe a part of your business, right? You want to make sure that you're not only providing a product. So for our tea example, right? Maybe we'll have a way where we can have customers maybe think of some flavors if they want, you know, the lemon chai or the you know, the wild berry ginger. These just different things. So yeah, Build-A-Bear, right? Exactly. I'm looking at the example. Build-A-Bear is a perfect example. I remember that was, you know, where you can go in and build your own teddy bear, customize your yogurt. Yeah, it's Rose, exactly. Nike does that with the customizable swoosh, right? These are all things that companies give the client or their customers the ability to feel a better attachment with their brand. And you want to think of that when you're, especially if you have a product. Lipstick colors, right? From boutique makeup stores. These are all different ideas that you can use to build those relationships with your customer base. And you just want to be creative. So sometimes you don't even have to work that hard, right? You can just give it out to your clients, and then they can come up with ideas and inspire, you know. Oh, Blaze Pizza. Oh yeah. So Blaze Pizza, Newark customizes pizza. So one joke I saw the other day, somebody goes, you know, why don't people like Subway sandwiches? You make the sandwich yourself, right? You're telling them what to put on the sandwich, right? So if you don't like the Subway, if you don't like the sandwich, you're telling them what to put on. So right. So these are, so you can understand the kind of relationship your customers has with your company through a customer journey map. It will help you identify different stages your customers go through when interacting with your company, and it will help you make sense of how to acquire, retain, and grow your customers. I think next up we have channels. Yes.
Yeah. So now that you know your customer segments and you know how you want to maintain relationships with them, now what's the next step? I'm going to let you guess what's the next step? Guess in the box. How to keep them engaged? Okay.
That's a good guess. Good guess, Sharice.
Yeah, channels. So what are channels, right? So thank you, Serena. Great. So the next step, sales, right? Channels, making them know you exist, right? Making them aware, advertising, right? Engagement, things like that, maintaining channels of community. So your next step is to actually get them to know that your product, your service, your company exists. And channels is exactly the tools, the mediums that you'll use to actually inform them of your existence. So channels can be something like Instagram ads. It can be magazine ads. It can be television. It can be flyers all around your campus, right? It can be an email blast. So there's all these different ways that you can actually inform potential clients that you exist. Now, so with the tea company and us, what you want to do, and I would love for you, remember, we're just talking as you're writing. And so if anybody has any ideas, please write the channels that come to mind in the chat box, along with the name of the company or what they're doing, so we kind of can put 2 and 2 together and respond to you, all right? So with the tea company, since we're targeting 40-year-olds, right? Mid-level managers or executives, so we're going to look, one of our major channels will be magazines, meaning magazines that executives read, right? So we might be doing something through, I won't say the Wall Street Journal because so one of the reasons I really wanted you to really layer into the characteristics of your people so you can exclude what channels to use and what not to use. So because we know we're targeting people in their 40s, we know that while we like the Wall Street Journal, that audience tends to be a little bit older than what we're going for, right? So we know we're not going to put our money first into the Wall Street Journal because they're probably 50s, 60s above. So maybe we're going to put our money more into, you may not have heard of this newspaper, which is okay. It's called Economist. We might put our money into the Economist and put an ad there to get our tea out there. We may put something into another executive parental magazine if there's something for that, like that. We may put our things on Pinterest. Pinterest, so with advertising and with Facebook, Pinterest, LinkedIn, you can also send ads by the age. So you can say, okay, I only want to target people between this age range and really focus on that. So we want you to focus on the channels, but remember, you have to remember your target segment and the relationship, because depending on the channel, you'll only be able to speak or present your message in a certain way. So the channel has to match the people you're targeting, and also it has to match the message you're trying to convey, right? How can we send ads to target populations? We have a workshop on that. We'll see. Reach out to John Jay. We'll do a workshop specifically on how to set up ads accounts and run ads. I don't think we have enough time to run through that, but we'll literally take you through walking out ads. Sorry, but we don't have enough time to do that right now. And totally saying many of our customers remain in silos, hence the reasoning to drive awareness to. So when you say people retain in silos, so we think that is true, but the internet has made things very flat, to use Roseanne's terms. And what actually happens is there is something called the long tail theory. So people are, if we're in a smaller market, we would think they're more individualized than they are. But what you'll see is certain people have similar interests. So even if they're siloed, maybe they're playing one game together. Maybe they're all playing Grand Theft Auto for some, I don't want to say strange reason for anybody who plays Grand Theft Auto, but for some reason, all of them like, so you can try to also look at their interests. Do they all like dogs? So there's something that usually binds together your most profitable customers. You just have to figure that out. It takes time, but figuring out, it's a rare thing that people are completely different than anybody else in the world. Yes, Noodles and Domino's is popular. School ads, okay. That's it. Nobody has any channels? Come on. Some sites offer free product service ebook list in which you can put your email in. Yep. Churches, that's a great one. Like me, I just picked up golf. That's one of my things. I'm trying to fish some millionaires and billionaires. So that's my new channel. I'm not ashamed. That's my new channel. So, and that's medium. I know I'm terrible at it. So I'm learning to be the funny guy in the golf course. That's my goal for now till my skills pick up. Upscale gym. Love that. Door to door. With COVID, I saw that. IG promotions. Yes, exactly. Okay. Get on boards and committees with your alumni association. Exactly. All right, so we're going to move on to the next one because we just want to make sure we have enough time for Q&A because that's what you all requested.
All right. So research and creation. So in terms of, doing marketing and dealing with customers, you want to research your industry, right? You want to analyze what's going on as a whole in the state of your market, what you see in the future, and you're placing the overall scheme of things. So, why research? So no matter how good you are, your business cannot succeed without, effective marketing. This means careful research. It's dangerous to assume that you already know, about your market. You want to use business planning as your opportunity to uncover data and questions about your marketing efforts. So, how to research? There are two kinds of market research: primary and secondary. Primary research means gathering your own data. For example, how many people are working in your industry, in your local area at the moment, what stage are they at, how much money do they earn, secondary research means using published information such as industry profiles, trade journals, newspapers, magazines, and websites. You want to go online and find out what your competitors are doing and think about what's happening. So we have the tea shop, right? So if you have the tea shop, we want to know, or the tea company, we want to know who else is selling tea specifically to our client base in our area, who we have to deal with, like in terms of competition. So you want to think similarly. So you have the soul food restaurant. You want to see who else is who else is serving soul food in your local area. What other, how, where are they located? What are the people that are going there? What's the distance between the two of you? You want to do your homework on your competition and just the market itself, whatever business that you have, right? So you want to be as specific as possible. Remember that you're creating a document to show others. You want to show the people, your team, the people that you're dealing with. You want to you want to put it on paper, and you want to give statistics, give numbers. People like numbers, graphs, everything. But you want to make sure that you're getting as detailed as possible. So some of the things to look at is how many other businesses like yours are in the area. What kind of demand is there for the product or service? Are there any trends that may affect you or your market growth? Such obviously, COVID-19 impacted many businesses. Anything that's, has to deal with dealing with people in person, regardless if you're still able to keep your business open. Just the way you interact with your customers and interact with your market base has changed just due to this whole pandemic, right? Somebody asked, what's the second type of research? Secondary research is using using newspapers, magazines, the internet. Those are the secondary types of research. Somebody says so. Oh, and you have no competition. So these, big dog on campus. So that's great, right? So that's also information you want to know. You want to know, hey, that there is no competition, so we can really dominate the market where we're at. We can really be aggressive. We don't have to really worry about other people kind of coming in and taking our territory, right? Evelyn says our food business, we looked at an area and everything so far. We started okay. So it sounds like some of you have already done your research and you know what's going on. Next thing I want to move on to is creation, right? So you want to understand. You first have to understand what your customers perceive as valuable, right? So you want to create real value. You want to recognize what your customer sees as a valuable product or a valuable service, right? So what are you offering over the competition? Are you giving them a price that makes the customer believe that he or she is getting more than they're paying for? Are you giving your customer a better service, more attention, or an add-on to the product? Are you making it convenient for the customer to buy and how he or she wants to buy and pay? Are you making it easy? Are you only cash? When people need, people want Apple Pay, people want these different type of things now where, you want to make it as easy for the customer to purchase your product or your service. Are you as the image of the company, including the brand and the trust in the company, are you making sure that the brand is being appreciated? Are you growing the brand? Are you making sure that you're building trust with your customer base? Are you giving a customer a product that is meant to be easy for them to understand? I saw some people, everybody had different type of things. I saw some cybersecurity stuff. I've seen soul food restaurants. So you want to make sure that your customers also understanding the value that you're bringing them, and you want to make sure that they feel valued, right? So there's a reason why people choose Nike over Adidas, or Adidas over Nike. Shout out to Kanye, or no shout out to Kanye. I don't, is he canceled? Does anybody know? Is he still with us? Anyway, I can't keep up, but right, there's a reason why people, who knows, right? So, but there's a reason why people choose particular brands or one over the other, right? It's because you build trust, you build a trust with the customer, you build a brand with them, right? That those things are important.
So I'm responding to comments. I'm just reading them.
No worries. He's on the fence. Okay. Thank you. Kanye's on the fence.
So next step. All right. So I hope that you're all, so this is the 30-day marketing plan. This is what you'll be doing. So we've broken it up into 7 days, so weekly. So the first week, as Julia said, you'll be doing research. The second week, you'll be doing creation. All right. So with the third week, you're doing outreach. This is when you're finally reaching out to customers. For some of you, you're going to have a shorter time span and a longer time frame. You don't have to stick to these 7 days, but we really wanted to give you a framework so you can kind of figure it out and go and say, okay, this is when I plan to do this. This is when I plan to do that. All right. So outreach. So what does that mean? So this value you've created, or what from week 2, whether that was actually creating your product or service, or creating the ads for it, this is when you take that information and use it for outreach. So whatever ads you created in week 2, you start sending them out in week 3 through whatever medium. So whether that means you're posting out flyers, this is when you post out flyers. Whether you were getting lists of phone numbers to call, this is when you start calling them. All right. So during this period is when you truly reach out and just try your marketing. This is one thing that I think stops most businesses is they're a little bit scared to get into marketing and advertising. It's okay, believe me. People forget about it really quickly. So it's one thing that I love about, especially marketing now. If you're doing social media or anything else, it's not as expensive as it was in the past, right? So you can be more targeted, you can be more detailed. And if you see there's an issue, you can just stop running ads, all right? So what I would love for you to do during this, this is day 14 to 21, or 15 to 21. This is when you start just going out and calling whoever you need to call, knocking on doors, and just doing that. All right. Now I'm seeing people are messaging me privately. I would love if you can do that to the whole group so I can just respond to everyone. But one thing I will say, some questions are coming in which are legal related. We're going to have a legal workshop next week. We're going to tie into this. So next Tuesday at 6 p.m., we'll be diving into legal topics at that point. So please sign up and make sure you're there for that. And I'll love to get back to you on that then. So outreach. So we're really giving you a time frame, and I'm trying to wrap this up quickly so we can jump into Q&A. Giving you a time frame so you can go through and do your outreach. And then finally, no matter how well you do it, there's going to be mistakes. So one thing I really tell people who join our team and people who work with us or people we advise is it's okay to make mistakes. This is when you iterate, which means you take the feedback, the positive and the negative, and you adjust to do it again. So you just continually adjust. It's continually adjust. Entrepreneurship is not like school. It's not, you don't get an A, a B, a C, D. Usually you're getting Fs. Usually you're getting Fs, but that's okay. You learn. And the thing is, when you get the A, it's not a regular A. It's like A squared to the 10th power. And it makes up for all those. So 9 out of 10 times you're losing at first. So I want you to expect it, and it's okay. That happened to Mark Cuban. That happened to Damon. I've spoken to Damon John about this. That's the FUBU shark on Shark Tank. People don't know it took 10 or 15 years for him to actually get FUBU up and running successfully. And there's times where he stopped FUBU. He stopped FUBU, I think, 3 or 4 times. So let me not say everyone, 99.9% of entrepreneurs has failed or made mistakes in their journey before they hit it big. So it's okay. I don't want you to stop. We want you to keep going, all right? So you're going to iterate and learn and keep moving, right? And you're going to reach back out to your alumni and your associations, and you're going to connect so you can share with each other what's going on, all right? It's a hard road, but it's better when you have other people who you can connect with. And real entrepreneurs knows it's about failure. So don't let Instagram fool you, all right? Don't let Instagram fool you. I can tell you, I speak with so many entrepreneurs, they call me and tell me what's going on and the real stuff that happens. So we really want you to know it's okay. Go out there, try the makeup business, Serena. Try the jewelry business, Evelyn. Just go out there, do what you need to do, all right? Because you're going to make a lot of mistakes, but it's okay. That's part of the process, all right? Okay. So Oops. Okay. So who wants a free $100 consultation? So this time again, we're going to put in the survey for you to fill that out. All right. We're going to send a link and there'll be one in the email too. So this is the new survey, so you can give us feedback. And like I said before, whoever filled out the other survey, we're going to give them another ballot. So you get counted twice for this one if you also fill this one out. All right. Can we advertise through alumni? Because I never get any communication from John until now. Yeah, that's part of your research you'll be doing to figure that out. Hoping, trying to get a food truck. Love that. So that's what I just want to let you know.
I just wanted to add in terms of the alumni relations part of things. We are super excited in the terms that in the past 12 months, we really revamped alumni relations and really increased our programming. And in terms of working individually with us, in terms of partnerships or anything like that, feel free to reach out to us and we can set up a meeting and explore opportunities. So I just wanted to add that in there.
Love it. Great job. You shot your shot. Great job. Okay.
So who wants to share what they've worked on today? Obviously we had a lot of activity in the chat, but who wants to speak up and give us a sample of what you worked on, what you've learned, and your business. It's not, don't be shy. Don't be shy. Oh, this is the time to share your business idea, get some quick feedback from us and everyone in the room, not just us, right? This is we're all family right now. We're all part of the John Jay family.
So put the number 2 if you want to. Evelyn, I saw a hand. All right, Evelyn, let's go.
Let's go, Evelyn. Let's go.
Hi everyone. My name is Evelyn. I'm going to introduce what I do, as you see in the background where I'm sitting at. So my name is Evelyn, independent consultant with Paparazzi. Everything is $5 plus tax and shipping. I do ship to all 50 states in Puerto Rico. Our jewelry is nickel and lead free, and they do not cause allergies. If you like something, like I do live, 3 days a week, I show a number. If you like something, please just let me know what you like, and I'll separate it for you. I bill weekly, so knock yourself out. And then, of course, I interact. I started this business because I'm a jewelry freak. I've always worn jewelry like all my life. Even I was allergic to a lot of things. I couldn't use them. And I still put them on. And my mother used to fight with me all the time. When I saw one of my friends sell this company, and I was like, oh, okay, and I started buying from her. And all of a sudden I told my best friend, you know what, you join first and then I'll join after you. Let me see how it goes. And I saw her and she's like, oh my God, it's easy, whatever. So I was like, okay, let's go for it. And on January 6th, which is El Día de los Reyes, or Three Kings Day, I joined. So that was my Christmas gift. And I started, the business. I have almost 3 years doing this. I do have a group of about 10 consultants. And, and my inspiration is that I love stuff. But, I always say to my team, if you love it, you do it. And don't quit whatever happens around you. Because, you always have ups and downs. I've also had it myself. Keep on moving. And, don't let yourself down. Just keep it moving and, and have fun with it. Have fun and roll with it. So that's for my jewelry part. And then the food business, we just started about 2 weeks ago or so. And it's something that my boyfriend does in his, I'm Dominican, but I wasn't born over there. So I don't know a lot of the culture, that they they do out there. So he's like, okay, I'm going to prepare you a dish that we do out there. It's like, okay, fine, do it. I loved it. So one day we're like, okay, let's start this. We gave it out to the neighbors around here and they loved it. So now we have people from Trenton, coming from different areas, trying to taste this, this little plate that is what I consider fast food. And we've been selling ever since. So we have about 2 weeks, 3 weeks or so selling this, and we sell it every day. So that's it.
I love that. I love it. I love it. I love that you grow. She's growing in the community, right? You're building out of your community where you live, the people around you. You're building out your brand, right? You're letting yourself be known, but just making it local. That I love that. That's amazing.
Yeah. So, as promised, we're going to get to Q&A, but before that, what we need from you, we need you to help Hera and Roseanne allow us to give you more workshops. So to make their job easier, you need to tell the school that you want more of this, not just from us, but from other people as well if you want. So there's other workshops. I know, Hera, we were just speaking about maybe doing a pitch competition. So where you all can do like Evelyn and pitch your business, like a mini John Jay Shark Tank. And we can actually help you work on your pitch. We can show you how to raise funding, find a business partner, how to create ads. Somebody said, how do they actually create so we can take you through Facebook Business Managers, show you how to actually create and run an ad. But what we need for you is let your school know, let them know that you want more like this, so we can do that for you. All right. Now, with that said, this is our contact information. Feel free to follow us. We are going to be creating our YouTube. Don't worry. So just keep that in the back of your head. So when we start putting videos up there and connecting with people and interviewing people, you can watch that daily. But please connect with us on LinkedIn and Instagram as well. And now I would love for you to just write questions. Let's do our Q&A session. We're going to give you this time so you can ask us questions and we can really dive into each of your businesses. All right?
Email marketing.
So how'd you go about starting a loan business? So I'll say, have you, Latifa, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. I would say first you would start off by doing your value proposition. What's your value proposition? Have you created, my question would be, have you created the business model canvas already? Okay, yes. So that's what I'll say. Go back to this document, please work on it and figure that out. Who are your target customers? Who are you giving loans to? How are they going to be able to pay you back, right? Where are you getting the money to give loans? Okay, you also want to see if it's compliant, because with loans, now you're in the financial regulatory industry, which Julius was a banker, so Julius could talk about that a bit more better than I can, but that's what I'll say to start with.
Yeah, I agree with that. I definitely agree with that, and I think especially when it comes to loans, you definitely want to make sure that you understand all the legal aspects of loaning money and giving out money to different businesses. Yeah.
So Courtney Parker said, how can we do effective email marketing? So that is a long hole to go down. So I would say the first thing, whenever you're doing marketing, always look at it as if you're not, don't ever do marketing from a pride standpoint. Look at it as, if I was your customer, would I want to open this? Would I pay attention to this, right? So how do you do effective email marketing? One of the things is you have to acquire the emails. So you have to figure out how you're going to get the emails of the people you want, right? What campaigns are you going to use? Are you going to collaborate to get on other people's email list? But then I think a really good thing in email marketing is you have to understand that one, you have to have a good subject line, because people are not opening the email unless that subject line catches the attention, or they like the sender. So you have to have a great subject line, and then be able to figure out how to create stories or information that people want to read. So that's what I'll say with creating great emails. All right. Let's see. Is it wise to work on 2 businesses at a time? I'm working on 4, so I can't be a hypocrite. Is it wise to work on 2? People say typically it's better to work on 1, but for some reason or not, you may have 2 passions. I'll say it's very hard. If you're working on 2 businesses at a time, I would suggest that you're not doing a 3rd thing. So typically what people do, they have their traditional income, whatever they're doing, and then they open up a side business. If you're doing that and you're splitting it up with 2 side businesses, then you just probably splitting yourself too tightly. But is it wise to work on 2 businesses? I say you can do it. It's hard. It's a lot harder. But you have to think of it. I look at people who've done it well. Elon Musk, one of my favorite entrepreneurs, he runs like 3-4 companies. So it's not impossible, but it's better usually to just focus on 1 business.
Yeah, and I would just add, you want to make sure maybe your business is kind of aligned, right? If one of your businesses, cause you to be in the office for 18 hours a day, does it make sense to start another business where you may have to be in a completely different location, another 10 hours a day? So you have to just make sure there has to be some type of, cohesion there with your businesses.
Okay, so Evelyn had a question. How do I get a food truck? And I'm going to go a little bit short on my answer so we can get to as many people as possible. How can I get a business loan for a food truck? I would say look at SBA, the Small Business Administration. I'm anti-loans to start up businesses. It puts too much pressure on you. I would say friends and family, but that you don't want to be around the Thanksgiving table owing people money. So that's another issue, but that's what I'll say on that. Do you suggest emailing customers, or is this become annoying to customers? Remember, you always want to think of marketing from what would you like and what would you hate, right? And try to emulate that. So I think if you're emailing customers, you have to understand, there's a book called Permission Marketing by Seth Godin. Definitely recommend that. It teaches you about content marketing, email marketing a little bit, and realizing that permission, you have to get their permission to continue email. You don't want to annoy people. You don't want to get put on spam, because that lowers your delivery rate. What? Shaniqua says she's in our picture. You're with us? Awesome. You're in this picture here with us? Awesome.
That's amazing.
Serena, Julius, you want to take this? How do you reach out to customers without it being overwhelming for them?
Well, as you said earlier, Chumbro, right? You don't want to overwhelm your customers with too many emails, but you do have to think of yourself, right? Think of like, how would you like to be approached, right? You want to make sure that you're getting your product out. But there's different ways, and you don't have to use the same thing. It doesn't have to necessarily be email. You can also, I know a lot of different, Square, when somebody purchases stuff, you can also get somebody's phone number. You can get their phone number. You can send them text messages, emails. And then also there's just, posting on Instagram, posting on your social media website. So you're making sure you're staying in your customers' eyes, but there's different means to do it. You don't rely on just one point. Don't just rely solely on email. Don't rely solely on just text or calls, but use everything, social media, and stay out there. You want to make sure that we live in the time of the internet. There's so many ways to get customers and make sure that they know that you still have your product and your service out there. So you want to make sure that you're using as many resources as you can without, not to the point of annoyance, but just you're using different tools in your war chest.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, Antolia, I missed your question. Do you recommend print on demand, or should we start off in-house? I recommend print on demand. You always want to start off with lower cost, and POD is less of a hassle to start off, and you can switch to in-house after you get a lot of orders. So I recommend POD, print on demand. Let's see, quantity purchasing in bulk for the first time, estimated number, or what's too much or too little amount. So do have demand. There's no right answer to that. You always want to make sure, what can you store the inventory? How long is it going to take for the sales cycle? So there's not a clear-cut answer to that. I would say don't overstretch yourself. Create a wait list for Joelle. Create a wait list, so people who don't get it the first time, you can build up interest for next. You mean 1 point, agree. Looks funny. Commission marketing by Seth Godin. What a small world. All right, I'm looking for maybe asking customers if they want to be emailed. All right, so okay. So I think if there's no more questions, we will wrap up. All right.
Great. Yeah, so unless there's any final words with Julius, if you wanted to add anything, otherwise I'm going to go ahead and wrap up for tonight.
No, just thank you all for attending once again, and don't miss out on part 3, legal workshop. We'll be answering most of your legal questions, not all. Yeah. Kidding.
That's right. So yes, thank you everyone for joining us tonight. Please come next week, same time, 6 to 7. We'll be answering the legal implications. Very exciting. And once again, if you do want to partner with your local John Jay Alumni Association, please reach out. We check our email daily, and we're very excited to meet with you and work with you further. So with that said, thank you so much for being here tonight, and look forward to seeing you next week. All right, bye-bye, everyone.
See you.